Hello friends, let's start with business and financial market updates. Reserve Bank of India Governor Shaktikant Das said there is the possibility of interest rates staying higher for longer the world over. If the geopolitical conflicts continue, it could be a situation of high for long with regard to interest rates world over. Not just the US, Das observed, including India. I will not say India is part of the world, Das said speaking at the BT Banking and Economic Summit. The governor noted that core inflation in India remains an area of concern. At around 6%, Das observed core inflation was sticky and not a very comfortable number. Das is of the view the monetary policy framework does not need revisiting just yet. I don't think the target band needs to be revisited. It is too soon to shift the goalpost, and the current plus or minus 2% gives us sufficient flexibility, he said. Moving on. Indian gold futures hit a record high today, tracking gains in overseas market. Domestic gold futures rose to 56,245 rupees per 10 gram, surpassing the previous record of 56,191 rupees hit in August 2020. Gold rates have rallied since November, supported by a weaker dollar and expectations of slower interest rates hikes by the US Federal Reserve. But the price rise has dampened demand in the world's second biggest consumer of the precious metal, DSN. Data released on Thursday showed that the US consumer prices fell for the first time in more than 2 years in December, offering hope that inflation will soften going forward. The Fed has raised rates by 75 basis points 4 times last year before slowing at a 50 basis point increase in December. Moving on, Wipro reported a 2.82% growth in consolidated net profit for the quarter ended December 2022 at 3,052.9 crore rupees as against 2,969 crore rupees recorded a year ago. The company said in an exchange filing its consolidated revenue from operations stood at 23,229 crore rupees, up by 14.35% from the corresponding quarter last year. The company announced interim dividend at Rs 1 per share. Moving on, the trade between India and China has touched an all-time high of $135.98 billion in 2022, PTI reported on Friday, citing data released by the Chinese customs. China's export to India climbed to $118.5 billion as India's trade deficit with the country crossed $100 billion mark for the first time. China's import from India stood at $17.48 billion in 2022. Moving on, the National Company Law Tribunal (NCLT's) Mumbai bench on Friday allowed the transfer of ownership of Jet Airways to the Jalan-Kalrock Consortium, that is JKC, 18 months after it was declared the winning bidder, allowing the applications filed by the consortium against the lenders of the airline. NCLT agrees that all the conditions precedent provided in the resolution plan submitted earlier have been met. The plan obligates the successful resolution applicant JKC to recommence operations at Jet Airways. Moving on, Reserve Bank Governor Shaktikant Das on Friday sent his call for an outright ban on cryptocurrencies, saying these are nothing but gambling and their perceived value is nothing but make-believe, to further its opposition to such currencies and also to take a lead over other central banks. The RBI recently launched its own digital currency in the form of e-rupee on a pilot mode, first for the wholesale in last October and a month later for retail customers. Shares of Paytm tanked over 6% on Jan 12 as a part of stake sale by Alibaba Group. As of September 2022, Alibaba.com held 6.26% of the payments company, and in a block deal, it sold a 3% stake. The Paytm stock is down 75% from its IPO price. Does this make a good entry point for the new investors? Well, one way is to say there is still no clarity on how this business model will evolve because the company does not have a significant competitive advantage with respect to cross-selling opportunities that hold the key to ramping up the business in a big way in the long haul. Moving on, Apple CEO Tim Cook earned a compensation of $99.4 million for the fiscal year ended September 2022, Apple said in securities filing. The compensation included a base salary of $3 million, stock awards worth $83 million, and $12 million in incentives. The 62-year-old also got benefits including retirement plan contributions, security, personal health travel, and over $46,000 in vacation cash out. Moving on, Wearable brand Noise has reported a 126% year-on-year growth in operating revenue at 792 rupees crore against 350 crore rupees in the previous fiscal, the annual financial statement showed. The company's profit grew 7.93% at 35.5 crore as against 32.89 crore rupees in financial year 21. Earlier, Noise co-founder Wipro Q3 said the wearable segment accounts for 70% of the company's overall sales. Thanks for watching this video. Stay tuned with Financial Pulse for business and financial market updates.